Hey Earl, how you doing? How you doing? Hey Canadian, how are you? Hey Katie, hey Jay, Jason, hello. Pure Lauren, how's it going? I just spent a couple hours looking at cameras and I uploaded a couple videos and hey DL, yeah, nice to see so many people on. Hey James. So I think I mentioned you guys that I'm going to take portraits, good ones. Some of the women I interview and print them on canvas. I think it'd be kind of cool. Hey Lisa. Hey Diana. Oh, you getting Arizona? All right. Baumgartner. Hey Philip. Hey Zero. How you doing? I didn't really have any meth videos, Zero. Are you talking about heroin and crack? If you watch one of the videos, I think you probably get it already. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've always fooled around with photography, and I did do it seriously for about 15 years. I did, hey Blockcheck, I did film camera 4x5 and 8x10 negatives. They're huge. A little more snow, a couple inches, yeah, Jason. And I did that for a long time. I took probably 20, 15,000-mile road trips. I almost took off today for Montana, believe it or not. I love doing stuff spur of the moment. So I'm kind of thinking about that. Marsh, you talking about Maddie? Oh, I think she's about the same. I see Gerald's been posting. They're trying to start a channel. Yeah, there are a lot of people on Larry. How you doing, Larry? And this guy, anybody that comes on a chat that way has got to go. Well, that's okay. You were close. Meth, you weren't that far off. I think there was, honestly, I don't know anybody that's done meth. I know Amanda's expected to fully recover. Oh, Blackjack, how you doing? Oh, glad you liked them. Yeah, I mean, Cindy, honestly, it's fun getting on and chatting once in a while. So as long as I got 1,000 subscribers, I'm fine with that. Oh, glad you like it, James. I'm surprised I don't get accused of putting up the same things because I certainly do that. And even if you look at the videos I just uploaded lately, it's still different. Like, it was much foggier in those areas at one time than it was another. And it's always different. I mean, even though they're the same areas, but most people don't think that way. And I'm surprised nobody ever mentions it, but they never do. Oh yeah, meth, it's really tough on your body. I know that. Happy New Year to you too, Strawberry. Hey, Jeremiah. So I think that'd be fun. Do some nice portraits, like let's say 24 by 36, something like that. 20 by 30 around there. Yeah, having a pretty good night. I was just kind of screwing around. I got done what I was thinking of doing, and went over and visited a buddy of mine today. He's building a house, and man, I'll tell you, you couldn't pay me enough to build a house. No way in hell. That's just not part of my personality. They got like the bare walls up. He said it won't be done for 2 years. Forget that. Freezing your ass out there, getting jacked around by companies all the time. Yeah, I think that's really bad. Astrophotography, actually, this new camera I'm going to get is, I've done some astrophotography before. I've got a Questar 7. And my take on astrophotography is, unless you're a rich guy, you're pretty limited. Even with the Questar, You know, I can see Jupiter and Mars when they're close and perfect night and blah, blah, blah. But you don't see them like you'd see on, NASA's webpage. So there really isn't any advantage to doing it yourself. It's whether or not you can see it. And when you're doing amateur stuff, it's not that great, to be honest with you. After a while, I concentrated on the moon. Oh, thank you, Block Chick. And I did that because I could do first class moon photos, and it was doable. Where you get into Mars and Jupiter and stuff like that, they're not that great images unless you got, a super system. So the astrophotography you may be talking about is like where you can do the Milky Way and do time-lapse photography throughout the night. I'm going to do some of that, but even that's pretty limited. I mean, you know what it is when you look at it, but it's not like the picture of a beautiful flower. Hey, Zadie, how you doing? Thank you, Blatchick. Get some of these weirdos on here lately. Yeah, get rid of this guy. Hey, Arlene, how you doing? I've been getting rid of most of them. So that's what I'm going to do. Kind of change up a little bit. Try something different. Oh, do you really, Diana? Yeah, I probably should do that. You know, the thing about it is I do really like Detroit, and I'll probably never run out of content there, Ginger, yeah, I just talked to her about a week ago. She just got court-ordered rehab. She went in Monday. She's going to be in for a month. If you want to send her something, I'll forward it to her. She gave me her address. Oh, Raz is alive, yep. Well, here we go. Amanda's going to do a full recovery. Yeah, she is. Hey, Karen, how you doing? Hey, Julie, how you doing? Happy New Year to you. Yeah, you probably won't see more of my life. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Appreciate it. Hey, Jim. Oh, yeah, you're welcome, Barb. They're not asking about the girls. You get these crazy, nutty stalkers that have nothing else to do. He's not going to be asking any more questions either. No, I don't, Roger. I don't pray. I think it's a complete and total waste of time. Yeah, you never know. Probably not. There's no way he could figure out how to make that many screen names in that amount of time. Yeah, they'll be coming up. I thought about going down there tomorrow. I probably should. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Or next week. You know what worries me sometimes? I just put a bunch of stuff up, as you guys know. And yeah, thanks, bro. And there have been times when I've been down there a week and not been able to get an interview. It's not that easy. I don't know, Karen. I really don't. I hope so. I mean, I wish the best for Kelly. I do. I'd like to. I don't want to say it pisses me off, but I didn't watch it. I thought it was Michigan playing, and it was Michigan State. Yeah, it looked like rain down there, but it was like 50% or something. I probably should go down there tomorrow. I'm not kidding you, man. I don't know whether it's getting older or what, but I tell you, once I get down there, I I drive about 2 to 250 miles a day. And when I get back, man, I'm tired for like 4 or 5 days, even though I get like what I think is enough sleep during the night. You hope that's not a sign of getting older, man, because it's not going to get any better. Yeah, the Kelly videos, there aren't any new ones. They're all kind of old. Jamie, I don't know. I haven't seen her, Lisa. I'll talk to her when I'm down there. Yeah, honestly, Greg, I don't think I really do much. I mean, it's a hobby. It's interesting to me. I wish I could do more, I'll tell you that. I don't think Maddie's with her dad. I don't think so. Somebody said Gerald said she was or something on one of their videos. I really don't know. Oh, Buffalo, New York. You've got one of the old Bobolo boats out there that they're refurbishing. Auto theft's not as bad as it used to be. It's harder to steal cars now than it was. Yeah, my back doesn't bother me. It's just, I guess it's just the driving all day long. Yeah, Texas, I wouldn't really call it working, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm just like shocked that, other people want to watch this stuff, to be honest with you. My stuff sat around forever. Nobody watched it. It's weird. No, I talked to somebody and went into McDonald's and got Daisy a hamburger. That's how I found that out. Now, that goes to show you, sometimes you see a situation, you think you know what's going on, and you don't. It never occurred to me that guy may have gotten rear-ended. I mean, because here's the odd thing. I looked at that from all angles, and there were no tire tracks going like how you'd expect a guy to be rear-ended. I couldn't figure out how the hell he got down there. And one of the guys at McDonald's said that he was making a U-turn and it slid down there. I don't know what the hell to believe. There was only one guy walking around, and I think that was the guy that owned the car. And I never did see a guy in the pickup truck. So I don't know. Maybe it did get rear-ended. I didn't even go back and look at the video. Yeah, I looked for Coco for a whole week. So did friends of hers after I left for 5 days. Hey, Clint. You said you saw one of the videos. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, good for her. I hope so. I'll find out when I go down there. But these people that just go on about this Maddie thing, it's that kook that has that channel and hassles me all the time. So that's why I'm deleting them. If they watch their channel, they know how Maddie is. Yeah, I'm going to give my plaque away, actually. If somebody asked for it, it's fine with me. Yeah, probably is, Frederick. Oh, thanks, my channel. Appreciate it. All right, Canada, British Columbia. All right. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. You got to see me in the morning when my computer doesn't work right. Yeah, I love Zug Island too. I mean, it's an odd mix of industry and Mother Nature. I don't know if you know it or not, but they're shutting Zug Island down. Hell, that's 10% of my photos when I go to Detroit. Oh yeah, finish that, Karen. Yeah, you should do that. That'd be cool. It's hard to finish things. Believe me, I'm an expert at not finishing them. Now, I don't know if that's true, Nancy. I hope that's true. It'd be worth it then. But other than that, I don't see any change. Oh, Elkhart, Indiana, the Amish bill down there. I was in Elkhart, Indiana one time, and I was doing surveillance down there, and I get to go to bed early, and I got awakened about 4:30 in the morning. And I thought it was somebody arguing, and I was on the second floor, and I looked down, there was a sheriff there. Long story short, there was a prostitute there and she had been soliciting. And anyway, they caught the local pharmacist with this prostitute, and they ended up taking the door off the hinges and arresting him and her. That was probably 15 years ago. Hey, Gypsy, how you doing? Oh, thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, I've been all over Iowa. Sure have, yep. We used to go to a marble show there every year in Amana Colonies for like 20 years. I got a ticket one time in Colfax. I've been to Des Moines a million times. And did the Quad Cities often. Oh, thanks, Lisa. 80 hours a week, wow. What do you do for that art company, Karen? Yeah, isn't that something? I've been in different Red Roof Inns twice where armed bank robbers were taken out of there with force. One time in Dearborn and another time in St. Louis. Yeah, I've been all over Arizona. Yeah. You know, it's not for me. I know it's a dry heat and blah, blah, blah. You know, you got to watch out for that valley fever out there. Not at your age so much, but older people do. I don't like that dry, you know, cactus look. It just doesn't do anything for me. I think in a way the desert's beautiful, but it's that frying eggs on the hood of a car just doesn't excite me. I just don't care for that look. There's certain places that just don't interest me. Baton Rouge, Louisiana is another one. And I've always went out of my way to drive around there. Memphis, good time there, high crime. Used to spend a lot of time down at Tunica. And of course, we'd go to Memphis to eat. Hey, Gypsy, how you doing? No, I never get scared, man. I think it's just part of being nuts. Oh, that's cool, Karen. Interesting. Yeah, it's in Arizona. Doesn't do that dry heat. You know, they say it's dry heat. Yeah, I know. It's different than sweating your ass off down in Fort Lauderdale in August. But same with that Las Vegas heat. You can have it. No thanks. I'd rather be freezing my ass off. I'd rather be in Anchorage, Alaska than Miami, Florida in January. Hey, Vidar, how are you doing? Yeah, you know, Roger, we try not to talk about politics because it creates arguments. Nah, the desert wouldn't do anything for me. Oh, rheumatoid arthritis, yeah. You know, hopefully, Barb, they're coming up with better medications for that as time goes. Yeah, you know, not really my channel. I mean, I'll tell you if I think I do something brave, but I don't really think so. I know them for starters, and even though if you're not from there, it looks like, you know, you're going to get murdered any second. That's a relatively safe area. There's nobody around there, and everybody that's around there knows each other. It's not like it's a big drug area. I mean, the working girl business is about dead. Most of the buildings have been leveled, so it's not as dangerous as you think. Yeah, Arlene, just not for me. Now, my neighbors 2 doors down, they're there right now. They have a place in Prescott. And it just doesn't do a thing for me. You know, I'm supposed to spend the whole month at Gulf Shores, Alabama. You know, I think I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't really care for that hot stuff. I like the nights, I like the nights in Florida when the sea turtles are laying eggs. Or you walk into the daytime, man, you can have it. No way. Somebody says she's already down there, Larry. Evidently, Gerald put up a video. I hope so. Yeah, Anchorage was 46 degrees. There aren't any polar bears in Anchorage. What's that, Texas buddy? What are you talking about? Oh, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, no, I killed 8, not 7. Do your math. Yeah, Florida, I went down there. I was taking my sister down there once in a while, and I got a place in Florida actually. Those were usually trips doing something for my nephew, taking a motor home down there, bringing a boat back. But I avoid Florida like the plague. Oh, it's always like that, Karen. You got to expect that on YouTube. That's a fake Texas Bunny account. Yeah, it's not really that bad. I don't think Metro Detroit. I mean, you read the news, they know what sells. You get all these kooks that come on at night. No, I spent a lot of time down there though. Tunica's a good time. I had some really good times there at the Gold Strike and the Horseshoe. I stayed down there a whole month one time. I had a buddy of mine that won that Fear Factor, and he got 50 grand for first prize, and we just hung out there for a month while he played in Texas Hold'em tournaments, and I did photography. You can just unblock him, Jim. Oh, thank you, GH. Appreciate it. I thought that was a fake Texas Bunny account. Maybe not. Yeah, I think, I've been to all those places. I've been everywhere in Alaska, all over Montana. I like living where I live, to tell you the truth. I'm the exact distance from Detroit as I am from Sault Ste. Marie. I was thinking about moving down around Detroit, but when I spend a whole week there, I think, what in the hell am I thinking? Oh, glad you liked it, Roger. Oh, in Las Vegas. Yeah, I like going out there once in a while and just getting lost. No, that's not really a bad comment. Oh, you retracted it. Oh yeah, I get pissed too. Yeah, Alaska is truly the last frontier. Personally, I like the Aleutian Islands the best. I think Mount McKinley is overrated. I mean, it looks like anywhere in northern Michigan, to tell you the truth. It's usually cloudy there. You want to really experience Alaska, get down around Valdez and places like that. Anywhere inland Alaska, it looks just like anywhere else. But you get along the ocean, that's where you really see the beauty. I really do. But living there, no thanks. Yeah, yeah. It's illegal in Las Vegas, the town. It's illegal in Las Vegas, Arlene. You got to go about 80 miles outside of town. They bust people all day long for prostitution in Las Vegas. Yeah, it'd be cool. I like just going out. You know what I like about Las Vegas? Just going out there and getting lost, not knowing anybody, wandering around, get a couple beers, go to some bar, listen to some kick-ass band, walk around, go to PF Chang's. I've done the Alaskan cruise twice, worth every dime. There's no way you're going to see some of those places without taking a cruise. You can take the Alcan Highway, but really it's boring. And if you look on Alaska on the west side, it's not like you're going to take one road and cruise along the shore all the way up. It's not happening. You basically have to take the cruise, which is nice. It's not some party Caribbean cruise, where people are falling off the side and drunk all the time. It's a different group of people. A lot of fun. Seward Highway is beautiful. Yeah, I love that place. No, totally illegal, Arlene. Totally illegal. Yeah, you got to go to Pahrump or that chicken ranch. Yeah, yeah, people don't understand. They get busted all the time. Well, see that something just ran across the yard? Methotrexate, that's a cheap drug that works well. Yeah, that's good. Jake, who's a moderator on here, he just got started taking methotrexate. It's a wonder drug, really, and you don't need to take much. People get freaked out because technically it's a form of chemotherapy, but it's not that big a deal in small doses. Way outside, Zeta. You got to go way outside. You got to go out to that bunny ranch and all that stuff. I took my nephew there one time and went with a couple of airline pilots. And it's just like you see in the movies. This bald guy brings out like 50 women. And you get to pick whatever one you want. Honestly, now, look, I'm not the greatest looking guy in the world, that's for sure. And when they brought these 50 women out, I mean, I would have went if I thought it was someone I was attracted to. I didn't think any of them were attractive. And at the time, I was like 30 or something. I thought they were all too old. So I didn't go. I just bullshitted with the guard the whole time. Everybody else did. But I thought, you got to be kidding, man. People are paying for this? But you got a 10% chance of a working girl in the city of Las Vegas being a undercover cop. It's crazy. They used to have a show on TV, and that's all they did was bust Johns. You know, there's an interesting story about a weatherman that went from Philadelphia or Pittsburgh. He was on American Greed, actually, and it wasn't prostitution, but he was down in Miami. He was divorced and ended up having a drinking thing. Well, anyway, these are these Russian scammers that put a roofie in his drink. They ended up stealing all his money, racking his American Express up to 39 grand. So what he thought he'd do is he'd just take the high road and be honest and let people know that this kind of bullshit's going down there. Well, he ended up losing his job. And last I knew, he was selling stuff on eBay. You know, what people don't understand, and this is almost a standard practice, if you look at celebrities, spokespeople, famous athletes, there's a clause in those contracts because they've been burned before. It's called unfavorable notoriety, which means that anything that comes up that's negative that could damage the brand, you're gone. Your contract's canceled. And that's probably what they nailed that weatherman on. There's no defense against it. You're up shit creek. Yeah, tons of prostitution setups. Isn't that nuts? Turmeric, you know, I'll tell you, I've always taken any of that herbal, non-FDA studied supplement with a grain of salt. I mean, I think I'd go to a Ouija board first. Oh, okay. And they had a show on TV of those girls for Power Rump one time, and I thought, man, that's not what I had in mind. There you go, Tammy. You deserve it. Yeah, Arlene, it's weird like that. Ouija board, yeah, we used to fool around with it as kids. Yeah, Art Bell, wasn't he the guy that ran that place that did a TV show or something like that? I think it should be legal. Yeah, why not? So stupid. I think make it safer, you know, I guess, you know, I mean, I think that's the only reason they legalized marijuana, because they realized the tax revenue they were losing. Was Art Bell, wasn't he the guy that ran that, one of those places? Didn't he just die or something? I think that'd be the most boring job in the world to work doing that kind of stuff. I think what would even be worse is owning a topless bar. Can you imagine all the drama and bullshit and dealing with the liquor control and these dancers and their crazy boyfriends? God, man, it'd just be constant chaos. No way. I think it is, Cindy. Yeah, I really do. Oh, is that what he died from? The opiates, huh? Huh. You know, that's where that Lamar Odom overdosed too, when he was married to that one kook Kardashian. They didn't think he was going to make it. He was out there. Yeah, churches, man, they're losing their clout. Oh, really, Barb? Huh. You know, a lot of the working girls on the Michigan Stroll claim that their busiest time is in the morning when guys are going to work. Oh, no kidding, Clint, huh? You know, it's funny, if you talk to Jim, and, you know, I've been up and down 8 Mile, I think 8 Mile sucks. I've never seen a working girl in my life on 8 Mile, and I don't think Jim has either, and he lives up near there. That's kind of a myth. So, your father-in-law is one unlucky guy. Yeah, I've been a lot of places, man. I mean, I've driven around like a lunatic my whole life. Yeah, well, you know, I'm surprised. I'll tell you one I can't figure out. This Kraft, this guy that was busted getting this in the head down in that massage parlor in Jupiter, Florida. You know, they already had a ruling by the judge that they're not allowed to use any of the surveillance tape because they said it intruded on people's rights that were not part of the sting. In other words, they had all sorts of audio from women getting massages, legitimate massages from women with a lot of conversation. So that's all their evidence is the tapes. So I can't figure out why this stupid prosecutor is still playing along with this. They keep having status conferences, and Kraft isn't going to plead guilty to anything, but yet they don't have any proof to nail him to the cross. Maybe they're going to just go with no evidence, but I bet you money he'll be found not guilty. That was another big law enforcement bunch of bullshit. They tried to sell that thing to the media like it was human trafficking. There wasn't a girl working in there that would agree to testify against the owner because she was human trafficked. They were there voluntarily and they liked working there. Yeah, Clint. Yeah, I don't think Kraft should have a problem with that. I mean, I don't care about that. I wouldn't think any less of Kraft. Not at all. Big deal. You know, his wife died. He was probably lonely. He's a billionaire. It shows, you know, he's a Harvard grad. He's a super successful businessman. That shows how smart he is rather than date some of these kooks that are coming on to him 24/7 because he's a billionaire. He did what a smart guy would do. He'd go to a massage parlor and ends up having these stupid, useless part-time Barney Fifes hide microphones in the wall for 2 months. It's just nuts. You know, you look at Florida, they got dope everywhere, and they're screwing around chasing guys at massage parlors. Just nuts. Oh, really, Mel? Huh. No, who would want to live underground? Of course, it might not be a bad idea in the summer in Las Vegas. Huh. Oh, 100 subscribers, that won't do you any good. You need 1,000. Yeah, well, that's what sucks. Cindy, he does what you know you think a smart guy would do, and it gets him. I mean, if I don't think anything of it. I mean, he's a billionaire. What the hell's he give a shit? It's probably a little bit embarrassed, but I wouldn't think. It doesn't make me think differently of him. I know exactly where that place is too. Right across the street is that sea turtle park where I go and watch the sea turtles lay eggs. Oh, thanks, Justin. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. I don't know where Tweety's been lately. I think she's probably working more. Yeah, have you ever been in one of those houses like they're like half underground? I don't like those either. You know, you're a human being, not a damn reptile or a squirrel. Yeah, I know you save $50 a month on your heating bill, but who cares, man? Like living in a damn bunker. Yeah, it's too bad. That's what really is unfortunate, Cindy, is it catches him on that on uh, on that stupid ass thing with law enforcement dollars spending their money on that. Oh, new subscriber? Oh, good. Thanks. Florida's just loaded with that kind of stuff. You know, the number one male prostitution place in the world is Fort Lauderdale. Did you know that? Yeah, that's cool, Zane. Yeah, that'd be a great place for a doomsday prepper. I don't know how much time you guys have spent in Florida, but yeah, I mean that place is like, no thanks. Detroit's cool. You know, if I didn't grow up around there, I'd probably think what everybody else thinks, but I know better. You know, there used to be a show on TV. You'll appreciate this, Cindy. The name of the show was Fake or Florida, and you had to guess whether it was fake or it was something that happened in Florida, and that just sums everything up with Florida so appropriately. There's an interesting movie that came out a couple years ago. I lived in Kissimmee for about a month because I was building a new house in Buena Vista. I never lived in it. I sold it before I moved into it and then moved down to West Palm Beach. But I thought it was absolutely excellent. It didn't get that great of reviews. Watch The Florida Project. That was filmed in Kissimmee, and it just sums up Florida to a T. Anybody thinking about moving to Florida, watch The Florida Project. Yeah, no, I don't like Florida. Oh my God, Holly, don't do it. Don't buy, rent. This is what I tell everybody. All but one person has thanked me for my advice. Uh, I even told Elaine this. Go down there and rent for 1 year. Get an apartment. You know, a lot of these older people, they just can't stand the thought of not owning something. Well, I'm telling you, make an exception. Go down to Florida and go rent an apartment for a year. And I guarantee you'll be love to be able to come back to where you moved from. I don't care how much snow they get. Oh, thanks a lot, Karen. Appreciate it. Sharks, that happens like once every 10 years. And alligators, you don't need to worry about that. I had two alligators in a pond that I had in my place in West Palm Beach, and they got lost after I lived there about a month. I mean, they're swimming around, but the big long ones that can eat you, they get rid of those. Oh, is that right? Home prices? Huh. Yeah, it is interesting. It's a great movie. They just summed it up so nice. That was the girl's first acting job, and I think that's why they kind of poo-pooed it. But man, and it was filmed in Kissimmee, man. They couldn't have done a better job. Is Giselle here somewhere? Giselle out there somewhere? Oh, Edgewater, Florida. Yeah. I mean, I'll tell you how it's going to go. How old are you, Holly? If you don't mind me asking. This is going to really have a lot to do with your success down there. Could you just give me an age range? You don't need to give me your exact age. Oh, Woodmere, yeah. Actually, there's a book made on that, Barb. I've got the book. You know how they make those books of important places and little towns? They have one on Woodmere. I have it actually. It's an excellent book. Yeah, you spelled it right. Yep. Oh, wow. 23. Well, this is how it's going to go, Holly. And where are you moving from, Holly? Where do you live now? Where do you live now? Yeah, Clearwater sucks. Oh, Chicago. You know, I lived downtown for 13 years. This is what's going to happen, Holly. You're going to go back, you'll move back to Chicago, but I can't tell you anything now. They couldn't tell me anything either. You're going to go down there and you're picking a good time to move down there because it's going to be warm and everybody's freezing their ass off in Chicago. And you're going to get there. And when you have days off, I don't know what kind of work you're going to do. You're going to do what everybody does. You're going to go to the beach. You're going to call everybody and text everybody, hey, how is it in Chicago? It's like, well, it's minus 40. Not here, 78. Hold on while I put some suntan lotion on. And that's all cool, and you do that. You're sitting out in the lawn chair while you're reading Chicago's roads are blocked up because of snow, and that's all great. But then you start meeting the people around there, and you realize how much crime there is, and you realize how much traffic there is, and you realize that it's cool, but minus the hot weather, you're not going to have the culture. If you came from a place like Chicago, you were just going to be so sick for like concerts and art museums and planetariums and the Michigan Mile and just a big city. Chicago's a world-class city. If you took every good part of Florida, you couldn't make it 10% of what Chicago is now. The only thing that state has, and you're going to go to SeaWorld and you're going to go to Disneyland and maybe on a long weekend go down to Key West, and this is just going to seem like one big giant vacation. It's just so cool. You're living and it's summer all year long. But after about the 6-7 months, you'll start missing Chicago. This is when you know you need to come back. You'll start looking for airplane fares to come back to Chicago to visit because you miss it so much. I guarantee you that's what's going to happen. It's all fun and games when you first get there. But you're young enough to where who cares whether it works out or whether it doesn't. But I guarantee you, I'll give you 5-1 odds right now, and I'll put it in writing, that you will miss Chicago. Chicago's a great town. Okay, yeah, see you later. Good luck in your underground houses. Yeah, everybody is, Cindy. Anybody ever know but one person stayed down there? I mean, it'll be fun. It'll be a good experience because, you know, unless you do it, you don't really know what it's like, you know. All right, Brew, get lost then. But you'll really have a good time for the first 6 months. Do you have a job lined up there at all? Oh, okay. Well, that's different. That's different. Yeah, yeah, that's different. Hey, Allie, how you doing? Oh yeah, where you been? What do you think about it, Rita? Yeah, I just didn't like it, man. The only place with Midwestern culture is Sarasota, and I didn't really like that Gulf side. Oh, okay, good. So good. You have it. That'll be good. You'll love it. I hope it works out for you. I really do. I hope you prove me wrong. Take your suntan lotion down there, man. You get a broiling down there every day. Skin cancer's through the roof. It's high deck angle. Sunny all the time. You know where to put it in like your hair part in your hair and stuff too. I'm telling you, people get sun cancer left and right down there. Read up on it. Oh, he's talking to somebody else? I'll undo him then. The hell's his name? This, oh, okay. Sorry about that. My mistake. Where is Jazz? Okay, Brenda. Yeah, good night. Good night. Yeah, I like the Midwestern. I really do. Oh, thanks, Al. Yeah, I mean, it would be a good time for you down there. I mean, I hope it works. I mean, I do. But like I said, you're young enough. Who cares whether it works or whether it doesn't? And it's so damn fun for the first time you get down there. And that's great that you're getting there in February. But Chicago's a kick-ass town. Two pro baseball teams. I mean, the Bears, the Magnificent Mile. So you're a little young. I left Chicago about 9 years ago, but did you ever get a chance to go to that Borders Books down there that was on Michigan Avenue before it closed? I spent literally thousands of hours there. Yeah, and you got to put that sunscreen in weird spots, like your hair part and stuff like that. That sun is brutal down there. Oh, thank you, Alican. A computer did it. Oh, yeah. Look at all these weirdos that come on here, you know. Oh, Australia, how you doing? There's another place you can get a broil in. It's 100 degrees there in a lot of Australia now. Oh, shit. I don't like the cold either, but I like it better in Florida. No way. What town are you in down there, Rita? I've probably asked you before. Oh, I've had skin. Yeah, you'd be surprised the places you get skin cancer. I know two people that have got it in the back of their knee, and they weren't even sun worshipers. Like on the back side of your knee. Crazy. I've had skin cancer about 20 times. Not the big one, though, melanoma. Well, downtown, downtown, yeah, I mean, what are you going to do down there? Shop? No, there's better places to shop. It's a tourist trap, but you'll, good luck to you. Oh, bushfires, huh? Oh, wow. I lived in Atlanta for a while. I hated that. Holly, did you meet this guy while you were down there, or was he up in Chicago? No, I don't know whether she's mad at me or had second thoughts about talking to me or what, but I haven't heard from her. I have not. Ah, Katie, just give it some cooling off period time. Hey, Mark, Toronto, great place. Minus those taxes that you got to pay. Tell these people in the chat that healthcare in Canada is not at all free. You guys get taxed out the yin yang. We'd have free health insurance here too if we paid the tax that you guys do. It's ridiculous. You guys really take a beating on alcohol tax. There's Canadians that come up here and visit my Canadian friends that own the Tim Hortons, and they load up on liquor that's made in Canada here because it's cheaper to buy than it is in Canada. Oh, wow, that is heartbreaking. Syringes everywhere, no kidding. Huh. Oh, interesting. I do, but I can't say, Rita. Ma told me to keep my mouth shut. Oh, good for you, huh? Oh, good. Oh, yeah, that's good then. Good for you. Oh, Vermilion, Ohio. Yeah, I know people that live down there. Oh, their healthcare is crazy expensive, Cindy. Oh, sorry about that, random. Huh. I don't know enough about it, Katie. I don't want to give you some bad advice. I don't know you. I don't know him. I just don't want to make shit up. Who needs booze? Yeah, well, you need health care, though. Yeah, Michael Moore is so full of shit. That was just where he lives today. They never see him anymore. That guy lives in a dream world. Look up Canada's tax rate. And the funny thing about it is for a lot of surgeries, people pay for it out of their pocket and get it done in Detroit. People that live in Windsor. So not only you're paying for it, you're not using it sometimes. I saw him on TV the other night. Man, is he really aged? He got divorced. Yeah, that's a good guess, bro. I got a buddy of mine that lives there. It's a filmmaker, and he swears to God he's gay. I mean, I don't care one way or the other, but I think it's a good guess. On my mouse the other day, my computer mouse, I had a Duracell battery blow up. Can you believe that? Big pop, and then it started sizzling. I never had a battery blow up my whole life. So I'm experienced now. Actually, a pretty nice night today. Yeah, welcome to healthcare. What are they doing, Cindy? No, I put a new battery in. It's working fine. Weird. I get those cheap mice from mice. I get those the mouse I buy are from eBay. I'll get like 6 at a time. They're like $3, and sometimes they last 2 years. Sometimes they last 2 months. I got a whole bag full of them. Because if one goes out and you need one, I don't like using a touchpad. You got to go up to Walmart and get ripped off on one for $40 from Logitech. Bunch of bullshit. Jim, where's Jazz tonight, man? Where's she at? What the hell's she doing out there tonight? She just listening and not talking? No, this baby's working fine now. There's nothing more frustrating to be trying to get something done on a computer and something doesn't work. I don't want to be reading any instruction manuals. Anybody that thinks I'm a nice guy, they need to be around me when my computer isn't working right. I sound like the biggest lunatic that ever lived. No kidding, Sherry. Wow. I heard this beep last night in my basement. I cannot find that damn thing. I thought I'll find it tomorrow. I shut the door and turned the fan on so I didn't hear it. That's my idea of safety. Then I went down today. It was an old carbon monoxide detector that I had. The battery ran low. No, it's a light in the front of every condo unit. It's just like this little like front lawn light. I wish, for about 6 months they didn't work. They're like 18 years old, and they couldn't find some part on the timer. Anyway, I liked it when it was pure dark. As far as I'm concerned, they could never turn them on again. Kind of looks like the moon, doesn't it? Except the moon doesn't have that metal bar right below it. You unsubscribed me a few weeks ago and asked. I unsubscribed you? Why? Oh, I subscribed you. Oh, I did subscribe you. Okay. All right. Yeah, I tell people that anybody starting a channel, they can put links to their videos on mine. It's fine with me. I love living in a condo. It's my second time. Last 20-something years, I lived in condos. I don't care if we get 8 feet of snow, the grass, nothing. I'm lazy when it comes to shit like that. I mean, I had houses before that. Florida, I got 20 acres down there and a huge house and a bed and breakfast. Every damn waking moment. You can watch the grass grow down there. And I hated it from the get-go. No, I don't do anything. Oh, wow, Sherry. Come on, Giselle, quit hiding back there behind your computer screen. Yeah, I'm on some of them, but not many of them. Believe me, I don't want to lose viewers. Yeah, do it. Yeah. No, the trolls, I'm going to tell you right now, you got to be thick-skinned to be on YouTube. If you're sensitive, think twice about starting a YouTube channel. I'm not kidding you. There's a kid I know here that is autistic, and I've interviewed him a couple times, and you notice that I always you can't put comments. Well, he wants to start a channel, and I will help him with the channel, but there's no way in hell I'm going to let anybody comment. Man, people are absolutely the crudest, rudest, cruel people you ever meet in your life. I always talked a lot of shit myself, so it doesn't really bother me. I'll get pissed sometimes. I'd like to kick somebody's ass if I ever ran into them. But if you're sensitive, man, you get on a YouTube channel, I don't care. I tell people all the time, if Jesus Christ made a video of himself walking across the water, he'd have 3 thumbs down by the time he went to bed. It's just the way it is. And once you start to get some popularity and some subscribers, it just gets worse. Look at me. I've got 4 or 5 channels of people. Their sole goal is to get my channel taken off YouTube. You will absolutely, you will have every kook in the world come after you. But I would encourage you to start a channel, Cindy, if you're thinking about doing it. Just, do what you like. Hey, I had videos on there for a good 5 years. I think I had less than 25 subscribers. And as you can tell, I videotape anything and everything, but it was really kind of like my own storage vault for, what I did. I never thought there were people like just getting all these crazy subscribers. I never really promoted it. Just shitlock. Computer got a hold of it, and I've been home free ever since. I never tell people to thumbs up or subscribe or like or any of that bullshit. I hear somebody say that on a channel, it just turns me off. It just kind of like turns me off. As soon as they say, don't forget to hit, look, I'm not a total idiot. People subscribe and like what they like. You shouldn't have to ask them or bug them about it. Oh, there's a total amount of crazies, man. There's some kook over in the UK now that's talking about me all the time. I'll tell you the right thing. This is my advice to you at the very beginning. This is my one bit of useless advice. You get what you're paying for, which is nothing. So if it doesn't work, it didn't cost you anything. Is never pay any attention to the people that try and cause you trouble. Just totally ignore them. Don't go on their websites and read what they say about you. If anybody comes on your channel and talks about another website, get rid of them. And don't ever respond when you're pissed at somebody. Because even if you're 100% right, you just come across as like a crabby, defensive asshole, which I've come across as a couple of times. But honestly, I was just pissed. And that's what I would have told them to their face. But when you're a third party and you're reading my response, I just seem like some kind of low-life, uneducated degenerate, which is close, but it's not completely true. So if you start a channel, don't pay any attention to anything negative. Don't go look at anybody's negative comments about you. When anybody leaves a negative comment on your videos, delete them and ban them. Don't let them talk down to people, and just go on and just keep one goal in mind, and that is putting on your channel what interests you. I'm telling you, you'll be better off for it. I mean, there were times I felt like driving 500 miles and beating their damn ass. And I learned that the best thing to do was just ignore them. Yeah, they're crazy. You know, and my biggest downfall was responding to these idiots. I should have just totally ignored them from the get-go. And you look at like real professionals, like in the media, and you know, as much of screwball Donald Trump can be sometimes, you never see him give somebody the finger and tell them to F off on TV. And you know damn well he'd like to. So there's certain levels, and when you just have to control yourself. I'm not the greatest at it, but I've gotten a lot better on YouTube. Yeah, but if you don't pay any attention to them, you know, I really get a good feeling deleting my 100 or 200 comments a day and blocking people. Some of these wackos write like a paragraph or two. I figure it must have taken them about 15 or 20 minutes to write all this stuff. And it takes me less than a half a second to just delete it. And that's a good feeling. And then I get to block it. And then when they go on there to see what I said, they can't find their comment. And I know that's got to jack their blood pressure up. Yeah, I've showed my face lots of times, Jules. Show yours. Oh, yeah, it really started bugging me. I thought, man, I'm taking the bait on this stuff. And I shouldn't. I mean, I had some of these crazies calling the police down in Detroit, telling them I'm raping these girls and it's a big sham. And that's why I've got a van, and the dog is to just, you know, make people think something different of me. And yeah, they'll drive you absolutely nuts. Yeah, I tell it like it is, you know, no problem. And the video of me getting out of the car had nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I heard from her about a week ago, and then, you know, I talked to her when I was down there. She got a new phone, texted me her number. They're crazy, Lori. They're nuts. And if you look at the background of these people, they're all just like got a major screw loose. It's not like nice, intelligent, tactful, cultured people are making comments. Oh, yeah, you'll see what I mean when you do it. Oh, God, BJ, you must have the channels mixed up. Yeah, but I mean, you can actually, one good thing that I'll say about it, if I went on your, if you didn't know me, Cindy, and I went on your early channel, I said, Cindy, God, you stupid. I'm surprised you could even put your shoes on in the morning. And you know what? You need to lose some weight. And I think you ought to get breast implants. You know, that may, you'll start thinking about that because you haven't been exposed to that kind of abuse before. But after a while, once you've got your channel and it gets successful and you're doing well, you'll get by that time you'll have 1,000 comments that are that bad or worse. And it's just like anything else. After a while, it gets to be like, it doesn't bother you like it did at the beginning. It just comes along with the territory. Yeah, they're just not, I think it's different than jealous. I think they're just nuts. There's certain people out there, first of all, they don't like working women. And secondly, they don't like anybody treating them decently. So they can't get a hold of the women to hassle them. They're the kind of guys that shoot Marguerite with paintballs and shoot Maddie with a pellet gun. They're just weird, whacked, hateful people. No, they're nuts, Cindy. They're not normal. You know, they're in their 40s and 50s living in the basement of their mothers. They're just kooks, no friends. Like this kook right here. Tatiana, have I heard from Maddie? That's kind of like a code word from this biggest wacko in the world. That's always hassling my channel, like Maddie's missing. You know, like I've interviewed Maddie and they never saw her since. So if you see me deleting comments about where Maddie is, that's exactly why. Because these bitches come on here and that's what they're getting at. They could give two shits where Maddie is or where she's at or where she's been or anything else. That's a dig at me, trying to piss me off. And I wouldn't, and I'm giving all this you advice, but if I could get my hands on them, it'd be a different story. I mean, I was trying to bait some of these guys in Detroit, you know, when I was doing those lives. Everybody seems to find me down in Detroit, no problem, except these keyboard tough guys. I mean, even if it's a sad existence and whatever, I'd still like to give them a good beating. They deserve it. But I'll never get that opportunity. But I have improved with regard to letting that stuff piss me off. You know, unless you're a damn rattlesnake or a scorpion, you know, people say nice things and you think, oh, that's nice. They think that way. And they say rotten things. And you know, there's got to be something wrong with you for it to not affect you in some way, especially when you get like 100 or 200 like I do. Oh, 12:42. Yeah, time flies. Yeah, YouTube on the 15th, I think it was, they really changed their terms of service. Yeah, they got rid of Brother Nathaniel. That's true. Yeah, Monica's a pretty girl. Yep. Oh, okay, Amanda. Yeah, send me an email. You know, I'll tell you, resources aren't really a problem. It's getting them to go. That's Amanda. Yeah, she's going to make a full recovery. Here's Gerald right here. Yeah, shut up, Gerald. I'll tie you up, spank your butt, and put it on video. See how many views that gets. Put a damn bozo mask on you. All right. See, hey, Gerald, did Maddie go with her dad or not? Did Maddie go with her dad, or are you just making things up? Yeah, Brother Nathaniel. Yeah, they really stuck it to him. Yeah, I heard of that before. Yep. I guess he's thinking of changing it to the invisible wallet. He doesn't pay anybody anything for any of his interviews. Oh, no kidding, PewDiePie, huh? He was going to go to some other format, I thought. Oh, okay, Mandy, that'd be cool. Yeah, Gerald Owens. That's Gerald. Yep. Yeah, I never watched that thing. I looked at it one time. You know, it almost seems like fake. I mean, how could you have that many subscribers for that stupid shit? Yeah, I'd say a separate income and I'd say retired. Yeah, he's always kind of like that, Jim. That's him though. It is him. Yeah, Gerald Owens. He was here for a minute. Yeah, well, YouTube, they've kind of purified things. Oh, PewDiePie is a fake person? Oh, okay. Yeah, I wish. It's fun, man. I tell everybody they ought to start a channel. Jim, you ought to start a channel about doing all that home rehab and all that stuff. People like that stuff. You look at those channels, they get a ton of action. Okay, Pretty Patriot, good night. Yeah, it's Gerald's I don't know how he just comes on for a couple minutes, but he does. Maybe he doesn't have much data. I know it's a problem with Jesse. Hey, Mom Bears, how you doing? You going to bed, Cindy? Yeah, old AOL. I never did the chat rooms, but AOL was cool when it first started. Yeah, I like heavy metal. Yep. Oh, you're telling everyone else. Oh, okay. Cindy, I forget. Where do you live? No, I don't get up early. I've always slept in. Even on my first semester at college, when I went to a four-year place, I took evening classes so I could sleep in. I'm definitely not a morning person. Yeah, I never messed with those. You know that Bruce, that late night moderator, that he's not on so much anymore because he got another job. He met his wife on a AOL chat. I already have had problems with them Wildies. I already had problems with them. So yeah, I'd say yes. I don't get it. What's the big deal about filming a new bridge? They should be proud to show it off. I've locked horns with them about 3 times in the last 2 years. Florence, Alabama. Yeah, didn't I talk to you about hamburgers one time? Dubs. No, I don't know what that is, Ricardo. Nah, it wasn't that bad if you were near that truck. That truck didn't look that great in person. Oh, 60 miles from the beach. Oh, okay. What beach? In Alabama? Hey, I don't know, Natalia. I don't know. Yeah, I'm really kind of a loner, believe it or not, crazy as it sounds. Oh, I love St. Louis. Really do. Well, anybody that I know that got out of there, it's doing well. They were on their way out when I met them. Jessie is one. She's a moderator on here, Dead Love 28. And Dan, the guy, the guitar player. I don't really have anybody that I've known there that got out of there, unfortunately. Oh, Virginia, huh? Oh, okay. Why are you going to do that, Cindy? Why are you going to move? Moving's such a pain in the ass. God, I hate moving. You know, you give all the shit away, and you got to buy it when you get there. Oh, Oregon, that's a nice town. I got on a freight train one time with another guy in Eugene, Oregon, a boxcar that was open, and it went north up into the mountains, and we both damn near froze to death. We jumped off that damn thing going 20 miles an hour. What about Amanda and Coco? Hey, Leah. Yeah, so it was cool. Oh, that's good, Chris. Oh, yeah, I remember him, yeah. I just talked to him a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, but spring is beautiful out in Virginia. Oh, California border, all right. Yeah, I like snow. I mean, I say I like it. I like really when we really get nailed or none. I don't like the in between like this stuff we got now. Oh, congratulations, Gypsy. Good. You're lucky. He's lucky. It's Amanda? Oh, Lori. Yeah, this is Amanda's mother. Lori Burdine is Amanda's mother, and Amanda is on her mother's account. Amanda, how are you? Gotcha now. Now I just remember the caller ID. People have been asking a lot about you. How you doing? Glad to have you on here. Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah, your mom was gonna call me when you got out, and we agreed that I wasn't gonna tell anybody anything, so that's why I haven't got any details. Yeah, it's Amanda from Detroit. Yep. How you feeling? Good. Glad. That's good. I knew that you were going to stay a day longer than they said because of an MRI, but you actually just got out, huh? Yeah, it's so good to hear from you, man. I looked for Coco for that whole week, for a solid week, and that lady that adopted her son and her husband were in town, and they looked for her for 5 days. Oh, okay, okay, Amanda, good. Oh, good. Yeah, she said you were going to move down there with her. Yeah, and you had a close call there. I'm glad you survived it. Yeah, no, I looked for a whole week, Amanda, and so did that lady that adopted her son and her husband. So that was a total of 12 days. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. And you know, went down to Audie's all the time and ate. Other people were looking for her. I don't know what happened to her. Anything I can do for you or anything you need? Yeah, I don't know one thing, Laura. I went by that house 25 times. I sent your mother's photos of it. Yeah, you get there. First things first. Email me and I'll send it to you. It's my email. I'll write my email down here in case any of my damn stalkers are watching. Your mom has my phone number. What you doing, hon? You good girl? You got a stuffy nose? Yeah, sure will, Matthew. Thank you. Yeah, sure is, Jurgen. Yeah. Her mother has my number. Uh, MLJ, don't pay any attention to these kooks. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, I'm happy for her. Yeah, isn't that great, Cindy? Yeah. Yeah, I agree, Gmail. Yeah. Yeah, well, she's doing a lot better, Holly. Yeah, sure will, Cindy. Yep. Oh, you know it, yeah. Her mom's got my number. Yeah, I got a metal detector, Clint. Yep, I do. Yeah, I do it. I do it like not that much, maybe 10 hours summer. I like going to like off the beaten path, you know. I got low odds of finding anything, but if I do, it's more interesting. I don't like the beach thing, you know, the park thing, softball diamond. I'm out in the woods where people lived like 100 years ago. I did a lot of research on metal detecting. I can give you a lot of info on it if you want. You need to be specific about what you're looking for. You can get one that's just really excellent with gold, but I didn't get that because the chances of me finding gold are almost zero. So I looked for one that, you know, you're going to find everyday things. Gold too, but it's not exceptional with gold. Yeah, I was just deleting some nasty comments, Frederick. Oh, thanks, Wildies. Nothing really great. I found some old bullets, old coins, nothing really old. I mean, you know, these magazines and these shows make it look like you go out and find $500 million worth of gold every other year. It's more the hunt, you know. The big thing is there's like a little like thing that looks like a flashlight. First you use your detector and then you use that little like thing. I forget what they call it. That's the thing that saves you a lot of digging because you will get very unmotivated very quick if you go out there and you dig up 500 bottle caps. So once you understand and you get the right sound and you know what's what and you don't waste time digging for bullshit, it becomes fun. But there's quite a learning curve in understanding a metal detector. It's just not turning it on and we all get rich. I'm still a novice with mine, but I'm out with Daisy. We're walking around. We're having fun. If I find something great, if I don't, that's not that big a deal. But I'm telling you, and also don't get the little bullshit shovel. You'll wear yourself out bending down with that little garden shovel. I take a full-fledged shovel, a really good one I bought, where you can stand on it with both feet, and I can dig up 12 inches in 10 seconds. There's a lot of shortcuts, you know, but it's a good time. I bought a Garrett, which is kind of like I bought the upper middle class version, which has worked good enough for me. I don't like doing the underwater stuff, but that's where the really good stuff is. But I'm not trying to get rich. Hey, Cable, how you doing? Oh, Sydney. Hey, Dave, welcome. Yeah, you'll find a lot of bullshit. You really will. But after a while, you know, it's got like a discriminator on it. And once you get used to the tones, you can kind of figure it out. You're still going to dig up some bullshit, but not as much. I found bullets, belt buckles, pins, coins like 70 years old, that kind of thing. Oh, same to you, Jennifer. Oh, Cincy. Okay, Cable. That's cool. Cincy is a beautiful town driving in there when it's dark. Yeah, it's hard to find. And you got to go to the right places. Like, you know, if I lived out in Las Vegas or something or California, I'd have a gold detector. But if they're specific to the metal you hunt for, oh, thank you, Cable. No, I haven't yet, Cindy. You know, you're going to find jewelry like in this around the beaches, and you got to watch where you can't just go digging up everywhere you want to either. Some beaches prohibitive, some places it's a crime, some places it's a civil infraction, some don't care. Oh yeah, you'll get a lot of exercise. It's easy to get tired. You're bending down, digging. You dig up your, 300th bottle cap, and it gets tedious. But I'm always like with Daisy, and it's a nice day, and it's exciting finding stuff. Hey, Erica, how you doing? Just saw you here. I got Daisy from a neighbor. She would be 7, I think. She's got locked up, and she's on a tether and house arrest. So she's in a house where she can't leave because she's got an ankle bracelet on. No, I'm going to visit her though. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is, Cindy. It's kind of like addicting. You're excited about it. It's funny when you're digging up junk because you really don't know what's down there. From the metal detecting I've done on normal grass, like where there's dirt, I've figured out that stuff usually sinks into the ground about an inch a year. About an inch a year, I'd say. Yeah, 7. Yeah. Yeah, she's inside. Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, Clint. But really, figure out what it is you're looking for, and then you can get a specific. There's not one metal detector. If you get one that finds everything, it's like average, so with like 10 things, rather than if you're looking for nuggets, that thing will find nuggets, but it may not find sterling silver, that kind of thing. That's a good question, Erica. Probably, I would say it probably is. Yeah, well, sometimes, yeah. It's a lot of good time. That's right. You come out here and visit, Cindy. I got some better exercise than that. Yeah, I'm the same way. Sounds like you need a metal detector. That's right. Yeah, I'm doing fine. Yeah. Yeah, okay, Cindy. Hey, Ruben, how you doing? Yeah, I don't have that much, 3, 4 inches, something like that. Yeah, and, I don't know. They don't ask questions much now. Oh, okay. Geez. I don't really pay any attention to my birthday. Probably a Nikon D850. I haven't talked to Raven. I don't know. Probably okay. Same. Hey, Louis, how are you doing? Raven's pretty much even keel. No, I don't speak any, no. I can work a delete button pretty good, though. How do you say getting deleted in Spanish? Could you help me with that? I think mine was about 650, Clint. Now, I got a buddy of mine that's got a nice gold one. He give you a good deal on down in Atlanta. So figure out what it is you're looking for. It's funny. Good metal detectors in good shape. There isn't that much different between a used one and a new one. So you might as well get a new one with a warning. I think mine was like 650 or something like that. No, they shut down their Nikon shut down their China camera making factory. Clint, what do you think you're going to look for? Do you know yet? Everything? Yeah, you probably want to get a Garrett like mine. That's a condominium light. Yeah, okay, Jenna. Yep, we'll get it. I want lobster tails. Well, it's a shame you guys can't chat tonight. Yeah, it's fun just blinging them off here with the click of my mouse. No, I don't get lonely. No, I got a big blow up doll. Oh, good. Oh, bake them. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, pinpointer. That's right. That's what they call it. They call it something besides that too. That's what I was telling them. I forget what they call it. There's another name for it. Yeah, it does save you a lot of digging. It's 1:30 in the morning. It's a light, Louis. Well, I think I'm better ready to. No, I don't want to link. No, it's it. There you go, Frederick. I don't care about it, GH. We just be blocking these guys left and right. Oh, it saves a ton of digging, big time. Oh, tired. Michigan. Yeah, way to go, Frederick. Yeah, okay, I'll get mine out and get the model number and stuff. It's a really good one. I really researched them a lot, you know? No, I didn't get that yet. I still got about a week's worth of food left. I'll get some. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to bed too. Tired. Good night, everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna get that dog food you mentioned. Thanks anyway, GH, but I don't pay any attention to these kooks. All right, you guys, good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Jim. All right, thank you. Good night, Tim. Yeah, thank you. You too. Good luck with everything.